What's happening? It's me, Jbaby. What's up? I hope you enjoy my web series, my short skits, all the good stuff. But today I want to talk to you about grieving, losing someone you love. Like anybody else, I've been there. I'm still really young, and I went through some loss too. And just during those times, man, I understand when you're going through grieving pain. That sometimes don't feel like no one understands you. Feel like the whole world is just moving, but no one understands you and your pain. And so I'm here to tell you that there is peace in grief. And so I just want to talk to you about how losing my dad helped me find peace. I know, wow, it's probably the wildest thing you probably could think of. But losing my father helped me find a peace that I didn't even know was possible. I'll take you back, to when how everything first started. It was a regular day. I was at work and just going through the motion. Honestly, that day felt odd off, but of course, usually when something that we don't find comfortable, we tend to shove it off like, no, I'm tripping, I'm tripping, I'm tripping. So I just went about my day. Then around 2 o'clock, I had one of my break, and I got a call that my brother called me. They had been trying to reach me all day apparently, but by the time I'm the youngest of six boys, so by the time they reached me, I got the call. My brother just flung it at me. He didn't say sit down, break yourself. But no, I know he was doing what he thought was best. So I'm not mad at anything. He just threw it off. He said, "Hey, your dad is dead." And when he first said it to me, I'll be honest, man. I wanted to believe it was a joke, but inside me, I knew he was telling the truth. And I can't lie, man. Like when it hit me, it's like it hits you. You know it's there, and it's kind of like. And it's like it start dropping. Then, as you keep moving, each step you take, each breath you take, it's like reality hitting you. Wake up. And I didn't know what to do. I sat down for a second. I was on the phone with my brother. I just said, okay. He called me, said, hey, your dad dead. Your dad just died. I sat down, and I was still processing, taking it in. So my next step was I was like, okay, I gotta leave. I need to leave here. So my oldest brother ended up calling me like, hey man, did you talk? Have you heard yet? I'm like, yeah. So I'm still trying to keep my composure. So as I walk out, I was getting to walk out the job out the door, it started hitting me. Now the emotions started coming over me. I'm running. So I just started running to my car because I don't know. I just wanted to run. I don't know where I was gonna get to, but I just ran. So I ran to my car. Police stopped me. Hey, someone said you said as the chorus. I'm on 1,000. So anything in this moment going to just set me off. So it was a female cop. She came to me and she said, "Hey, someone said you was running or you was stealing out somewhere." I was like, "What?" And so I just replaced that pain with immediate hate, anger. So to whoever was aiming it at me, and so I'm grateful it was a black female officer. She showed me some compassion because even though I came immediately irate, she could see the pain in my eyes. She knew something else was wrong. She said, "Hey, are you okay?" And then when she asked me that, I looked at her. I broke down, fell down to the ground crying. And I just said I just lost my dad. I just got a call my dad gone. And thankfully she just said, "You know what? I understand. I lost my father. This is something you got to deal with. No, I'll leave you alone. Do you need, she asked me if I needed help getting home. I just said, no, I'll figure it out." And I sat in my car. I sat in the car outside my job. I don't know what I was going to do. I just knew I had to leave. I wanted to get from where I was at. I guess I wanted to escape reality because I didn't want to believe it was real. So I definitely understand that process when you lose someone. And it's crazy. Prior to that, I had just lost my grandmother 9 months prior to him passing. And I was working through that. And once I went through that, I thought I was fine. I was good. I was perfect. Yeah, man, I got all the energy in the world. Like, I'm accepting it. I'm moving on. I thought I was good. Then, and my dad abruptly passes. I had just spoken to him like 2 days prior, joking, playing. Fortunately, I'm very happy to say that before my dad passed, I was able to have a great relationship with him. No, we it took a little time, but I was able to get through whatever we was going through. I'll talk about that in another video. Whatever we was going through, whatever we were dealing with, I was able to move past that and build a relationship with him. So what happened? What happened? Oh, okay. So once I guess I got more detail. I was just told he just collapsed on the floor and passed out. But based on the signs of what happened, it was a sudden massive heart attack. Something related to the COVID vaccine. From what I was from what I know and research I found out afterwards. So it was sudden shock. He wasn't sick. We wasn't expecting it. At least I didn't know unless he had something going on that he didn't tell us about. And yeah, so it was a sudden, definitely a sudden drop, sudden death. Um, and when I heard, I think I felt even worse, even bad, even more bad, worse. Because I started picturing my father, laying there, dying all by himself. If he had to suffer, all these thoughts that, at the time is not really relevant, but you just play back in your mind because you're trying to make sense of everything that you're feeling with and dealing with, and and you're like, okay, if this happened, that happened, why that happened, and we're asking these questions with the hope of trying to reset something, knowing truthfully we can't. But we ask these questions because we're trying to make sense of how and why, what led to this, and can we hit a reset button? Like, okay, but unfortunately, that's just not how it works. When it's your time, it is your time. And so, man, when I finally got home, I don't know how I drove home. Just tears in my eyes. But I made it home. 26 minute drive, 30-minute drive from my job to my house. I got home, and man, I broke down. I broke down. I can't really. It's hard to explain how it felt, but I could say if you lost anyone that you have a genuine love, like whether you hate them or care for them, but the love always remains. So I try to equate it to like someone like if you have a child, if you lost a child, that person can understand. If you lost a parent, that person can understand. You lost someone that you're a mate. So I'm sure there are other examples, but those are the ones that I can relate to make it more clear. It felt like a part of my heart was just cut in half. I feel like I had like this little nug on my heart. It was just a little small piece. Shit, excuse me. Uh, so yeah, man, that breakdown was it's horrible. I felt like I was in an abyss, like I was just dropping down into a dark hole and just kept going deeper, deeper and deeper. And that and I thought all of the worst things. Life sucks. Life isn't fair. Life ain't going. What everything is happening to me. I wasn't the one who died, but I was in that mind frame where everything is happening to me. And man, I admit, yeah, it was a rough time. So fast forward, I'm going through all the motions. My brother came over. He came over as much as he could. My other brother came over as much as he could. My mom tried to be there as much as he could. No, but everyone had life and they had to go back to it. So I took time off and I was just here. I was out here by myself. And so every day I would come home, I would just sit in the dark and just question why. And one day, my oldest brother, I thank God for my older brother. He came, got me, cause I could see the pain on him cause I was hurt. So he came and got me one day. He said, "Man, let's go out. What's this thing called? Bonfire, ATL bonfire, ATL. It's a little plug for somebody, ATL bonfire." So he taught me up. Now I've been wanting to do podcast stuff. So it's like, let's go out here. So we went out here, meeting a guy who was just starting his podcast. So we, kind of lit me up. Like, okay, if he's doing it, I can do it. And it took me out of that grief mindset for a minute because I seen something that was close to my passion of something I love to do. And so we went out there. Me and my brother, we had a great time, great time, great time. And so by the time I got back home, I dropped my brother off, and I get back in the house. I was like, I felt good, but as soon as I sat in the house, man, everything hit me. That grief, that pain, that hurt, that sorrow, that despair. It's like a ton of bricks just hitting you in your chest. Bam, bam, bam. And emotional pain, I understand, I know. Emotional pain it's worse than physical pain because it's pain in here and it comes all from your mind. Body pain, we can take pills for it, we can do this for it, we can take drugs for it. Um, but mental pain, you have to take your mind away from it to get off of it and to heal that pain. And that was something I didn't understand until that night. So in that night, and I got home from the bonfire, I sat down and I was quiet. I couldn't just stop. I got quiet, had TV off. I was sitting in the dark, and in that moment of my grief, I'm just thinking in my head, just talking to myself, thinking in my head, trying to. just I don't know, just trying to make sense of everything. And I heard a small voice in my head. I know what it sounds like. Trust me. So when I heard it, I was saying the same thing. So I heard the small voice in my head. It said, "Why are you surprised?" My first response was, "Who are you? Who you talking to? And what do you mean? Why am I surprised?" And of course, I was like, "Ignore it. That's crazy. That's not. I'm still sad." So again, it asked me, "Why are you so surprised about death?" And so I'm like, "Who is you? Who are you? Where you coming from? And why you asking me this crazy question? Why am I surprised? My father just died. What do you think? I'm tore the up." And it asked me one more time, "Why are you so surprised about someone dying?" In that moment, I'm like, okay, first of all, this sounds like me, but this is it's questioning me. And in that moment, I just started having like a different understanding. Like my cousin was killed, my grandmother died, I seen friends die, I see people die literally every day. We all see people die literally every day. There are millions and millions of people who came before us that died. There's people gonna come, millions of people after us that's gonna die. And so with that understanding, I stopped. I was like, why am I surprised about death? As if it can't happen to someone else. It can't happen to me. It can't happen to someone close to me. If it happens to other people around me close, and they have people close to them, it's something that's normal. So why am I surprised about someone dying? So in that immediate moment, my understanding about death as death being the end all, be all, the scary, it completely vanished because it didn't make sense to me anymore. I couldn't logically sit here and think, even though I was still grieving, I couldn't sit here and think that why is death bad? Why am I crying because he died? Because I miss him. Because he was he's still here. He's just not in the physical form. And in that moment, when my mind dropped that whole fear of dying, fear of death, fear of my dad just being thinking he lost in some abyss, I could never see him physically, touch him, feel him. Immediately in that moment, I heard my father speak to me. I heard his voice. And I know my own voice. I heard his voice speak to me. And it was the most comforting, assertive, loving voice I've ever heard. I know it was him because just like how you know your own voice, you know your mother's, your father, your kids, what you know. So when I heard this, there's no person in this world can tell me I didn't hear what I hear. And man, so when he spoke to me, I knew it was just I was okay. I knew it was fine. I knew it's a part of life. I knew this happens. We all come here and leave here. And in that moment, my understanding began to open up, and I thought, before you're born, what are you? Would you classify yourself as dead or just non-existence? Isn't that kind of the same thing? It really is the same thing. So if we're before we come here, if we're non-physical, we come here to be physical, and then we're non-physical again. So in that, this one thing which is life, it's the breakaway point. This is the point this is this point before we here. This point we after we here. This is what we keep going. This is what we're going to. This should seem regular. This living part is the foreign part. This is the trial. This is the test. And yeah. And so with that understanding, man, like my mind getting open and changed, and I found a new piece that I didn't even understand. But I knew it felt loving. It felt like the best hugs I ever got. Um, it felt like the most lovingest thing I ever felt. No, because I could feel my father. I felt his presence. I didn't know it was even possible, to tap into myself to understand these type of things. And yeah, man, you can find peace in grief, even if you feel like you can't. You have to get into your own mind, understand what you're understanding, figure out what you're thinking about. I had to realize my father, he would not want me sit here crying boo-hoo. My dad was a big, strong, cocky man. And that was his time. For whatever reason, that was his time to go. And I have to accept that. Just like at my time, people have to accept that. At your time, you have to accept that. We're only here for a certain amount of time. There's nobody don't found some immortality. And do we want to be here forever? I don't know. But before I came here, if I was somewhere else non-physical, and after I'm non-physical, it seems like I'd be going back home. So If I can help anyone, with this message, I hope I did. Somewhere I know I'll be all over the place. I'm crazy like that, but just understand, man. It's your mind, it's your understanding. Open your mind, understand that this life is an experience. We come here to learn, feel, touch, enjoy yourself, but also accept that people make choices and consequences that lead their life like a web or like a point to point choice that leads them to different points in their life. My dad died from they said a heart attack. Whatever choice that led him to that heart attack, I can't be mad at that because if he chose to do it of his own free will, why am I mad? He lived his life. He enjoyed himself. I can't say if he's ready to go or not, but he enjoyed himself. And if I can accept that, if I can accept my dad was happy before he left, you can too. Because once they're gone, how many years are you gonna cry for them to be here? How many years are you gonna let them go free to where they have to go next? And how long would it take for you to be free in your own mind? So, yeah, I hope I said some words of encouragement. I hope I helped someone, and I hope you understand. You too can find peace in your grief. One other thing I wanted to point out. During that time, me reflecting back and dropping my whole fear and concept of death, I had this thought came in my head. Can you tell? And it was that voice talking to me again, and we all have that voice. I know I ain't the only crazy one, okay, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I hope y'all can find peace in your and find peace with yours. But the thought I had was, is is there any point of you being aware that you exist? Can you recall not existing before you were born? Do you recall not ever being conscious of being you? I'll leave you with that. I hope I help someone. I love you. Um, be safe, vibe high, resonate high, and remember, always get. I ain't gonna say it, but you know